So one thing though I was really surprised about though was his QBR, and we know Skip loves QBR. QBR.
The key.
Fuck QBR.
You
Go ahead.
used it on me like crazy.
I'll tell you. I'll explain it. Let me explain it. Go ahead.
QBR 9 is crazy.
Yes,
Cody,
okay.
give us the stats.
I'm going to
Break
tell you
it down.
why, though. I don't agree with that either. I don't agree with it at all. But I'm going to tell you why he got a QBR of 8.7. So QBR calculates a quarterback's contribution to winning games. So look at it like this. From 0 to 100, what's your percentage that you had to do with the win? But it doesn't just calculate the quarterback. It takes in everything. The defense, your opponent, totality of everything that happened in the game will get points towards QBR. And that's why sometimes, Aqib, when we see quarterbacks play well and you watch the tape and you go, man, I watched it with my own eyes, and their QBR is a 19 or a 25, but you know they played better than that. The reason is because everything that's happening around them. So on Sunday, what hurt Shedeur's QBR were a couple things. The first, the defense getting 10 sacks. That contributed to the win. The defense holding the Raiders to only 10 points. That gets a percentage of the win. That contributes to the win. The other thing that I hated, too, and was a big thing that significantly hurt his QBR, was that those 2 rushing touchdowns by Judkins and Wildcat, he wasn't even on the field. So that is going to be significant towards his QBR. I hate they did that, too. He's a rookie quarterback.
Calculates this.
You've got to give him those reps, though, in the red zone. He had 1 red zone pass the entire game. He needs those reps. Let him throw it on first down. If it doesn't work, then go Wildcat maybe second.
So they don't take into consideration how the fuck he got to the red zone?
They do.
That was only 8 points, though.
And I think that pass to Bond alone should have been at least
25.
At least 30.
Right.
No, I say 30 to 40
Like, come on,
alone.
bro.
That was
But
crazy.
the other thing, too, that it takes into account is quality of opponent. So the fact that the Raiders are a bad football team, their defense hasn't been great, that'll hurt the QBR. And then the last thing, too, is it goes into division of credit. So that throw to Sampson that was behind the line, great ball, though. I hate people keep saying, like, oh, it was behind the line of scrimmage. You got to throw that on the upfield shoulder.
Man.
If you throw it behind, if you throw it over the top, if you throw it low, he can't catch and run, and he doesn't score. You got to put it on the upfield shoulder. And I can't tell you how tough bubble screens and those swing routes are with a defender right there where you have to manipulate the throw. It was a great throw, but the reason that he didn't get credit for that is because after he caught it, he ran for 68. Sampson did to score, so he's going to get 98 of that. Shedeur's going to get 2. Those all played a factor in QBR. You know what else it doesn't account for, though? And this is why I don't love QBR all the time, is it doesn't account for leadership and confidence and the spark that he created for that football team and the heart that he has and what he's been through. They don't account for those things. They just look at the totality of the game, what you do individually, and also what your defense and the rest of everybody do. But what you have to do as well is watch the tape. You can look at stats, you can look at numbers, but you got to watch the tape, and I did. I want to talk about a couple plays from this game. A couple good, one bad, and some things that are really encouraging. Let's start with the bad. That interception was a hell of a play by that Will linebacker. So what they had was a double spot concept with a Y sit. Mirrored routes, that Y sit is for cover 2. If I get cover 2, I'm eliminating everything, going right to the tight end right now, moving on. What they did, though, is they went 1 high, rotated the safety down to the right. Shedeur read it perfectly. I'm working away from rotation and mirrored routes. I talked about that on Friday. Has his eyes in the right spot. That defensive end made a really, really good play, though. You see him start to go to the flat. As soon as Shedeur planted the throw, he retraced back underneath the spot route. Those spot routes are little 6-yard hooks. The swing routes are behind them. That's where the mirrored concept comes into play. The best part about that, though, is that is a teachable moment. That is learning. That is correction. Those are things that almost have to happen as a rookie quarterback that you can learn from and get better. The only thing I would say for him in that moment, and hopefully Tommy Rees talks to him about that, is he does a little bit of a hitch, plant, and then throw. I would like for him going forward just to plant and anchor, right? Hang on that back foot so you're loaded, ready to throw. Then that gives you a half second to read what he's going to do, anticipate the spot, react to the swing, then we move on. But I feel like they will get that corrected going forward. But talk about 2 of the good plays. That dip concept where they had the post and the dig backside to Jerry Jeudy when he was rolling out. Read it perfectly, had a quick flash fake. He noticed that Max Crosby came inside, so I've got to escape the pocket. They lost outside contain. I'm not going to panic. I'm going to get outside. I'm going to keep my eyes downfield. I'm going to let the post clear out 3 defenders. I'm going to set my feet knowing I'm going to get hit and make a great throw to Jerry Jeudy. That hurt, though, because after he caught it, he went and fumbled. That would have helped him a little bit more. I think that would have had another scoring drive. If I'm Jeudy in that situation, you can't see behind you, but you always anticipate a chase down punch out. You got to be ready for that. But the best play of the game for Shedeur, that throw to Isaiah Bond, that to me is such high-level stuff because if you look at that play, this is the 3rd time in the game that he had seen a cover 0 pre-snap look. Earlier on in the game, they get a linebacker in the A-gap, 2 B-gap linebackers. What do? They drop out. The play before that, he actually got cover 0 as well. A-gap linebacker, 2 B-gap linebackers, 7 guys walked up. Now they bring it. He has to get rid of it. The next play, they show him something different. They go double A linebackers, right? Double A mug. They walk up the strong safety to that side. They bring him in tight, or they break up the safety on the backside, bring him down tight. So I know there's 7 guys at the line of scrimmage. Something is telling me that pressure's coming. What I hate the most, though, and what hurt them on that play is if you watch it back, they got to the line of scrimmage with only 7 seconds left to go on the play clock. An ideal world, double cadence. Give me a hut, hut, hut. Pressure's coming. Hey, bring in the tight end, bring the running back in. 82 stay. Let's get a check. Let's move on. Instead, though, he knew I didn't have time to do that. You're bringing 6. I only have 5 to block. I've got to maneuver the free defender. I know where that's coming from. That was on the right side with interior pressure. I'm going to work away, buy myself some time, let Bond do a great job of running that high angle corner, and then I'm going to make a 55-yard throw in the bucket in my first ever start. That is high level stuff. On top of that, too, when you're on the run, and people talk about his arm strength, when you're on the run, you want to get downhill and get your momentum going towards your target. He couldn't do that. He had to work parallel to the line of scrimmage. Yep. He was going to get hit by Devin White. He's going to get hit by Max Crosby. He knows he's going to take that hit, still has enough torque, and he can just flick it 55 yards in the air. That is high level stuff, but you know why he did that? Is because if you listen to his interview after the game, he said, I play the game in my mind throughout the week, so then when it happens, I have that confidence. I know I'm going to make that play. He knew he couldn't make the check. He knew cover 0 was coming because I've seen that in my prep, and then he drops a dime to Isaiah Bond. It was just really impressive. I was so happy for him to play well. Obviously, some things that he can build off of, continue to get better. There's going to be some growing pains, but that was a hell of a start to his career.
So if you were doing his QBR, what would you give him?
QBR, I'm starting at least 30. I would probably, for everything in totality, I'd give him at least a 60. I'm giving him at least a 55, 60.
So we're going from a 60 to an 8. I will now never in my life reference QBR ever again. It's bullshit.
At least you got to, because
it's bullshit.
When
they move the bar for that too.
Nah, it's just the same shit with the PFF. I used to hate that shit playing because you got somebody calculating the play, but they not really taking into account all the things that you mentioned. It's like, bro, I just got off a block. Yeah, I missed a tackle, but I just dogged him to do that first. And I used to be like, man, this is some bullshit. You ranking safeties and corners off of effort and lack of effort. Like a 9, I thought I was looking at the wrong stat.
Yeah.
I didn't know what the hell QBR was when I seen that 9. I'm like, this can't be.
But right. That's what they're saying, though. Like, that's why I want to explain it, is they look at sacks, who the opponent was, what the defense do, what the receivers do, what everybody else do, and then after all that's counted for, then they say, well, what's Shedeur's percentage?
His last name.
That's what this.
That's what they took into account. The Shedeur Sanders, they threw that in his QBR too and said, you know what, we're going to drop it to -10. That's crazy.
And for reference, I think the highest right now QBR average, I think Dak Prescott is around a 75.
Hey, who calculated? Hey, who was the calculator?
I would have given him right around 60. I think 60.
We're going to have to get a name.
But from what you saw, you expect him to beat the Niners this weekend. That's how confident you are in him.
I think so what I'd like to see going forward a little bit more from Shedeur is I'd like the play calling on first and second down to be better. They ran the ball 9 out of 14 drives on first down, and they were a loss of yards. They were putting them in bad situations. Then they tried to throw it or run it on second down. They weren't efficient, and there were too many times he was third and forever, third and 10 plus. That's not where you want your rookie quarterback to live in. And Robert Saleh, if they do that, it's going to be licking his chops. So they got to win on first down. Also, I hated, like I mentioned, I know it's hindsight because they scored with Judkins on Wildcat.
It's
those are
bullshit.
valuable reps for a young quarterback in the red zone. At least give me one. Let me get one throw in there, 2 throws maybe, and then if you want to go Wildcat on second or third down, get to it. But I need those reps to see what happens. Now, they did do it before against Miami. Remember, they ran the Wildcat a couple times with Gabriel. I don't like it for either one of them. You got to get those reps for a young quarterback. But in Shedeur's first start, to not allow him to get red zone reps and get, especially when you're playing a team like the Raiders, your defense is playing so well, you can have 1 or 2 plays to where give them that experience, then go to your Wildcat go-to third down.
Let me ask you this. So when Dylan was the quarterback, was it a lot more first down play action, like Niner boot kind of passing?
Yes,
throw it,
and you know what
to the
they
running
did?
back, throw it to the running back in the flat?
They did that with Shedeur a couple of times, but you know what pissed me off? Go watch all of his rollouts. Which way did he go? Left. Every time. That is the cardinal sin for a rookie quarterback. Dylan Gabriel was going left as a lefty.
He's a lefty.
Let Shedeur go right. And he made a hell of a play to fan in early, flip his hips, get the ball out. Missed one on an over route. It was just a little muddy. And then he missed Judy. Eyes were inside. You got to have your eyes back outside on the deep comeback. But let him roll to his right. There's just ways to get him more in the flow of the game. I hate having a young rookie quarterback roll to his non-throwing arm. Roll to the right. Let him get comfortable. Make some throws on the run. You saw what the hell he can do on the run to Bond and then rolling out and getting the ball to Judy on the deep dig route. Let that be a part of your offense. I just didn't think they were putting them in beneficial situations on early down and distances in this game.
So what did your eye test tell you about what you saw from him in the big picture on Sunday in his first NFL start for a 2-8 team on the road as a 4-point underdog? Your eye test told you poise, command, supreme confidence, not afraid. You saw a young man who was born and raised to do what he did Sunday. He's got it. He's got, as Aqib says, winnability. That's what he had at Colorado and at Jackson State, and I watched all the games. He is deadly accurate. And you saw when he could set and throw, he's deadly accurate. Yeah. And the best pass he threw all day was to Dylan Sampson, because it's a hard throw, man, on accuracy. I'm talking about accuracy.
Upfield shoulder.
And it's hitting him in stride on step where he can catch and plant and shoot. And he just shot through. He was shot out of a cannon through the defense. I know Dylan Sampson because he used to torment my Vanderbilt Commodores when he played at Tennessee.
Yeah.
He is. They are a talented young football team with a defense featuring the best defensive player in football, Myles Garrett. Yeah. He's it right now. And that Schlesinger from UCLA, I'm pretty sure he's going to be the defensive rookie of the year, because every time I look up, he's in the middle of something. He's blowing somebody up. So you saw that whole team come alive. You saw Myles Garrett on the throw of the day, or as Aqib said, it could be the throw of the year.
Right.
Just jump up on the sideline like, oh my God, he's it. We have a real one now.
And let me tell you why that is so important. And you guys can back me up on this. When you're a young quarterback, and I learned this as a rookie in Cleveland, even at USC in college, when you start getting the offensive line and the receivers and the running back and the offense believing in you, great. That's a good sign. When you start getting Aqib Talib and TJ Ward and Myles Garrett believing in you, that's when you have something special. And you're seeing that right now with Shedeur. It's good to get the offense believing in you, but when you have the defense and those guys playing hard for you as well, that is something special, and that's exactly what you saw. I'm glad you brought that up about Myles Garrett.
He just oozes leadership. Like, I got this. Like we showed the clip. That's who he is. On the field before the game, he said, I'm who they've been looking for. He is. Yeah. There he is.
And maybe after the question was asked, too, Skip, he didn't just come out of left field with it. Yeah. What do you expect to be? What y'all been looking for? I expect to be the guy.
I'm who you've been.
Who you want to hear from?
Nobody knows us better than Cody does, because he was there.
It's tough to be the guy in Cleveland. It's tough.
No, it's hard,
tough.
man.
It's a tough situation.
Okay, and then you brought, the best point was the Wildcat. I said yesterday, I was so offended by it, and you were just angry about it. Here's the point. When you do QBR, you got to take in degree of difficulty. He's playing for a coaching staff that did not want him. I promise you, they didn't want him.
They don't count that.
Especially the head coach. And even though Tommy Rees is up in the box now, supposedly calling plays, the offensive coordinator is the head coach, Kevin Stefanski. And we hope he's on his way out. But right now, he's still in charge.
Still there.
And he's not going to help Shedeur make him look bad. That's the point. So he knew exactly what he's doing. I'm going to undercut him a little bit. I'm going to immediately yank him from the game and make him do the walk or jog of shame. It's like a jog of shame. If you're the quarterback and you think you're it, and the team thinks you're it, and you're forced to trot off the field, you know how that feels.
Twice.
That's so obvious.
Yeah.
That's so
and the
obvious.
worst one was after he completed
After he did that to Isaiah Bond.
Like, bro, come on.
He got you
Come on,
down there. I wish Bond would have scored so we wouldn't even have to talk about that. I wish he would have kept his feet. Hell of a catch, though, by him. I got to give him credit.
Yeah, nice catch.
High angle corner. He understood the situation. Shedeur knew it was cover zero. That's two guys working together. But remember, the week before against Baltimore, they missed that. They give him a week of reps. And I know everyone says, okay, don't give him excuses. That week of reps and working scramble drill and working
they're the same route the other way, right?
I promise you, that matters. It absolutely matters. And then, I agree with you, Skip, fully. I did not like that. Just give me one empty set down there on the goal line, or go heavy and give me 826 with a snag in a corner. Just let me read out one thing.
Just let him run the QB draw.
Or if you want to move.
I promise you.
We could have tush pushed it in there.
You could go empty and let him run the QB draw. You want a wildcat, like let him run it.
What did you see on the roll throw to Isaiah Bond? You saw supreme athletic ability.
Yep.
and arm strength that people question. That you don't think
And
that's
you saw the
not
toughness,
trajectory.
Skip, because he peeled his ass up off that turf.
he did.
Because he got that blast.
And he knew he was going to get
You
hit.
know, just because you have a strong arm don't mean the trajectory is right.
Yeah.
Watching Gabriel at Oregon, it used to piss me off because the deep balls would be so flat. And I'm like, bro, get some arch in that ball so it's catchable. And that ball just landed right in this Bond's hand boot. Even on the screen, it was right over the defender, which was catchable.
Perfect
We seen
catchable
Gabriel throw that out of bounds. The same
few
play.
times.
Yeah. No, it's you got to be able to manipulate the throw. We have a 1 ball, which is on a line, a 2 ball, which is in between. You're talking about Gabriel's go ball, and then a 3 ball. I know we give him a hard time on this couch because he hasn't been great in New York, but go watch Russell Wilson throw the deep ball.
Oh, yeah.
That is
of
teach
course.
tape.
That's the only one I've ever seen my dog get beat on was a Russell Wilson deep ball. That's the only one.
You know why that's so important is because it allows room for error. If you throw it flat in a 2 ball, the receiver can't adjust. It's going to land where it's going to land.
I couldn't believe it.
If you put air, the
Ain't no
receiver
way.
can back shoulder it. He can react to it. He can go down the field and get it. You got to give him time to react. But yeah, no, I did not like that. But to your point, Myles Garrett even said, there's not a lot of guys in the NFL that can make that throw. And I saw people saying, wow, okay, what are we talking about? The level of difficulty to be rolling to your right, not getting downhill, falling away, getting hit by 2 really good football players, and Max Crosby and Devin White, and still be able to have enough torque. It wasn't just a 55-yard completion. It was 55 air yards. I went back and counted.
Right.
Not a lot of guys can do that from stationary in the platform. To do that on the run with not having your momentum going towards the target, it's a high-level throw. So all those arm talent and arm strength questions, those are out the door for me.
And the bottom line, if you got 3 passes for over 40 yards, we win the game.
Yep.
I got a touchdown. I only get sacked 1 time. There's no way that's an 8.7 QBR.
I agree.
That's bullshit.
I agree. And the biggest thing for that,
No way.
Kind of to summarize everything, was it perfect? No. Are there areas that he can get better on with eyes and discipline? Absolutely. It's his first start, though. That's going to come with reps. Give him time. But when I watch a rookie quarterback play, and I've said this to you before, Skip, I need to see a couple plays where I say, I can work with that. I can win with that. And you talk about that with players as well. Shedeur, through those 2 games, has shown you more than enough to say. And that's why Stefanski, I think, said, I can't deny it anymore.
It would help.
I've seen some plays.
If that was what you was really trying to do.
If this is your, like right now, right, we're right in the middle, right? But if this is your ceiling, these plays you're showing me, I can develop and win with that. Now I just pray that they do right by him and build guys around him and put him in a position to win because Cleveland scares the hell out of him.
All right, so as you can attest, so much about succeeding as a young quarterback in this league is where you land, who your guru is, right? So Shedeur landed with a coach who wouldn't have taken him in the 5th round if the owner hadn't intervened and said, we're going to take him. So that's what he's stuck with right now. So think about this. Caleb, he had a rocky first year in Chicago. Then he got Ben Johnson. Guru, is it turning around? Then Jaden, he's got Cliff Kingsbury. And don't forget that with Johnny Manziel as a freshman at Texas A&M, Kingsbury called the plays that got Johnny the Heisman Trophy. So he's a guy. He can quarterback make. And then we look at Drake May. You know Josh McDaniels. You played for him.
Love him.
Okay, is that not
best offensive coordinator in the league right now?
Okay, okay. So is Drake May pretty blessed to have that guy, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, Bo Nix. Is Sean Payton not as good a quarterback builder as there ever was in this league? Because I'm not sure Drew Brees was all that when he first got to New Orleans, but Sean made him the greatest he could be under the circumstance. What you had to work with, 6 feet tall and medium arm, right?
That offense was a machine.
It was a machine because of the guy who was operating it, calling the plays, right? So is Bo Nix, when you say he's blessed to be with the guy who handpicked him and said, I want you and watch what I'm going to do with you. Is that not powerful, right?
Yes, I'm going to
believe in you. And then
even Dak, Dak, his situation with Shoddy, bro, this shit don't look like last year.
No, that's
look night and day. Like,
look, Shoddy got a chip on his shoulder too.
Okay, well then, real quick, Jackson Dart. I mean, Dayball, you can have issues with him as a head coach, but he can really.
He's a hell of a play caller.
He's a hell of a play caller.
He is.
So it helped Jackson get off right, get established, right?
Right.
Okay, so I don't know. First, you got to assure me that Stefanski's out of there because I'm still not convinced of it. You know, it still scares me. I don't know, but
be hard to believe.
But what the irony of this is, what if they do start to heat up with Shedeur? What if they do beat the Niners, and then down the stretch you start saying, well, wait a second, then he'll play Cam Ward. I think he's better than Cam Ward, so we'll see. But they get them at home. Then they go play Caleb at Chicago. They get the Bills at home, Steelers at home, and then I assume Joe Burrow, we're going to talk about that, would be the last game. But what if Shedeur heats up and starts pulling things off? It's tough, man. But what if he could effectively save the job of the guy who doesn't deserve the job, right?
I think the better he do, the more he goes.
Okay, good.
Sure.
Yeah,
I hope
the more they're going to want to get
Absolutely.
him the support that he deserves.
That's going to be in spite of what Stefanski's
I'll
doing,
say
right?
this too, and bringing that up, I wasn't here yesterday to talk about it. I hated the way that Stefanski kind of overlooked in the locker room, like what Shedeur just did.
Right. Did you see the comparison with Dylan Gabriel?
The reason I think he did it was because he's being considerate of both guys. But when Gabriel was a starter, I don't really remember him being considerate of Shedeur Sanders. But it felt like to me, like, all right, let's not put too much onto it because Gabriel's sitting over there watching as well.
That's how
I got to, be careful how I handle this situation. Bullshit, man. He just, like, I started a game in Cleveland as a rookie. I know how hard that shit is. I played multiple games as a rookie in Cleveland. A lot of guys played games as rookies in Cleveland, and they couldn't get the job done. He just did something that no one has done in a long time, and you don't give him a game ball.
That's a great point.
And you don't. I mean, you recognize the punter. Good job, way to go. Hey, Shedeur, great job on that.
Yeah.
Okay, now moving on. Like and I'm not saying you have to sit there and praise him, but I felt like to build his confidence, and you want this to be the guy. Skip doesn't think he does, but if you want this to be your guy going forward, and you know you can win with this guy, let him enjoy that moment, embrace that moment, allow him to.
But why is he not thinking about his job? At
right
least
here.
If you're going to be selfish this whole time, be selfish now and be like, okay, let's now save my job.
I don't know.
Even see those
At least rally behind him to save my job.
Coaches, you guys know coaches give out multiple game balls. You don't have to just give one. Like, hey,
exactly.
Shedeur Sanders, your first ever win. Here's a game ball.
Win in Cleveland.
And then he gave Jim Schwartz one.
Yeah.
And the
But even
first
in
rookie
situations
to
where
win
the
since
backup comes in
95.
and plays, right? We seen it in Houston. Sims came in and played, instead of for Stroud, for CJ. He won the game. Hooray for this guy. He's the backup, but we still want to build his confidence. Like, you see that across the league when the backup comes in and wins game. It's about winning. We want to win.
Yeah.
This is a team. So if you help us win and you're the reason for that, you get applauded, you get hooray. No, there's no excuses.
Man, I'll never forget. I got my first win against Andrew Luck when I was in Jacksonville when I started a game.
Andrew Luck?
Yeah, we beat Andrew Luck.
Hey.
Our defense beat Andrew
That's
Luck.
our quarterback.
Hey, Jalen Ramsey
But you got a game ball.
Yeah, I did. I got a game ball. I got the celebration, everything. Yeah, it was really cool. But yeah,
what did you throw for? Do you remember?
Oh, it wasn't a very good game, Skip. It was. I played better in the games that we lost. It wasn't as good as Shedeur's game last night. I don't remember what our numbers were, but yeah, no, it was still the first win ever. It was the first one of my career. They took a moment. Coach Peter, who was our coach at the time? Who was there?
Shermer?
No.
Peterson?
You mean Jacksonville?
Yeah, Jacksonville, 2018.
Not Peterson.
The offensive line coach.
Oh, not Urban Meyer.
No, anyways, he was our head coach.
Okay.
And yeah, after the game, hey, congratulations, celebrate everything, and
what was your QBR?
Probably a 5. Yeah, it wasn't great, but still, they took a moment. Doug Marrone, there you go. Doug Marrone.
Okay.
Took a moment to celebrate, and yet, like, you guys know it's tough to win in the NFL. It's even tougher as a rookie quarterback with an organization that's been struggling. So I didn't love that. I would have hoped that they would have given him a little bit more recognition.
Cody, you went for 150 yards, 18 for 24.
I was what?
150 yards, 18 for 24 in that game.
In that game? Nice.
Does it have a QBR on there?
Let me look. Your QBR.
Let's see.
Hey, you kept it out the defense.
Was it that much? I thought it was worse than that.
No turnovers, Kenzie? No touchdown?
It was a defensive game. It was like 7-0.
Let me get on it, guys. A long time ago.
It's okay. So she asked me, is there a guru available out there that I would want to get for Shedeur? And I don't know one off the top of my head. Is there anybody you could think of? Because it's hard to find these guys.
Clint Kubiak.
Yeah, Clint Kubiak's a good one. I like Clint Kubiak.
Young Cool.
Okay, but would he go to Cleveland to do this?
You get that spot. Yeah, damn
first
right.
time to be a head coach, you
Your
ain't really
QBR
worried about it. It's like getting drafted.
I like.
You ain't really worried about where I go. Shit, I'm finna get drafted.
What's the dude in Carolina?
But who it is?
Thomas Brown.
Yeah.
He making what's the name look a lot better too.
Okay. Because he didn't look great last night, but Bryce Young.
But it was some tip passes, you know.
There were. And when it was time, he threw one big touchdown to Ted.
That was nice.
Yeah,
that was nice.
I liked it.
That was great.
That was terrible coverage. The corner, he was tripping.
One thing, I just want to make this one point. I know for a fact Shedeur doesn't want to be coached by his father anymore because
you think
it's because he was coached by his father since he was 5 years old.
Right.
And at some point, you just say, I don't want to be seen as this product of Dion.
Right.
You see what I mean? Like he was ready to go on.
I got it.
Yeah, I want to become my own man.
And then his dad not an offensive guru.
No, he's not an offensive guru.
He need to be with somebody, like I said before, with the Giants, Jackson Dart situation. Get with somebody who's going to be locked in with you for a couple years if you're going to be the guy. We need to be tied at the hip. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to hire an OC, ball, and then that OC be gone. Then you have another OC. Like, you don't want to be in that situation as a young quarterback. You know what I'm saying? So you need somebody like Cole.
This is going to be huge, talking about that, for Cam Ward, for Jackson Dart, and if they do end up getting rid of Stefanski, for Shedeur Sanders. Who they hire next to those three guys at those organizations will either put them on a trajectory to go be great, or it's going to set them back for a lot of years.
Yeah, that zone will set him up for some good play action passing.
I'm telling you.
Well, let's get into some Thanksgiving football, shall we? Okay, because one of the best days of the year, because we got so much football.